Hello, hello, this is Kevin Resilient me, back toggling the HDR and starting up Disco Elysium. I do need to check if the video actually flickers when I do that, because if it doesn't, that could just be behind the scenes stuff that I don't bother anyone with. Don't even talk about the technical issues. Yeah. Why does the game seem loud today? Whatever. I'm adjusting it on my end. Won't affect you. Shouldn't talk about it. Bad content creator over here. Alright, I don't really do the self-deprecating humor that well, so... Oh no, that...
Purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul, if he's got principles.
Oh, we already going right back into the psychological analysis of snow and ice, and... Apparently. Yeah, criticizing my self-deprecating humor is self-deprecating humor. That creates like an endless cycle if we're not careful about it. I don't remember what I was doing here.
The mere sight of police in Martinez makes me feel safer already.
I know we got a skill point. I think we might hold on to that. Because I want to be able to open that door. There's a lot of doors we need to open, actually. Oh, we could test this check again, because we got another physical instrument. I think we actually can wait on this, because we're waiting till we got our gun back to confront Kuno's dad. Because I feel like that's going to be the more funny way to do it, rather than just going in there now. So... I was all excited. I was like, wait, it's highlighted? Nope. Well, it was highlighted, but that doesn't mean it's a check in white. Yeah. It was highlighted because I highlighted it. Shock. Alright, so the smartest thing we could do is just go talk to Joyce, I believe, and get that whole quest knocked out. This one. We could also go try that check with the door again. I think we're going to go try that check with the door again. I don't know. Well, before we do that, maybe it's book time. Because I want to hold on to this vodka, because I think it's related to this book. The medicine purposes of the pale. It's pale-aged vodka. So, I want to know if I should actually be holding on to the expensive vodka or using it or what have you. So, I'm going to take a little break for Harry to gain some alcoholism lore here.
Medicinal purposes of the pale. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols.
Ooh, esoteric alcohol lore.
Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pale. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book. You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors.
Okay, so it's a not modern pharmacopoeia. I was confused because I was like, a large portion of the book is made up of this, but then the book says well, this is this, you will find this instead, implying that it's not having that. Whatever, I'm getting off to a confused start here, but it's being... Does anyone even know what I'm talking about, or am I just a broken brain babbling over here? Alright, let's try this from the start. This sentence says that a pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book. This line started with saying, well, a modern pharmacopoeia, blah, 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 readers will find assembled here. It's implied instead. So I thought this paragraph was contradicting this paragraph. But it isn't, because this doesn't just say, well, pharmacopoeia. It specifies a type. So the book is made up of this, but not the typical type of it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was, well, to most people, pointless run around, but as I said in the last episode, what I want to personally do with my life is to get into like negotiation and diplomacy. So I took this as an opportunity to realize that I was poorly explaining something, and then to reconfigure to correctly explain it. I don't know, maybe you can find some value in that, because there's no intricate's not the right word. Intrinsic. There's no intrinsic value to the actual content of the explanation and the babbling. So the process is where the value is.
Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you.
Maybe I should read this book before going into the cursed building.
It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pale, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies. What you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs for that.
You know what?
There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot?
That's what we're here for.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
Vodka's pretty based. I hate ginger. Yeah. I don't know what a roux is. I guess it's mint.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Like this vehicle? What you're saying is if we put a mint air freshener in Kim's car, it'll cure a hangover. Spearmint specifically. I don't know. I'm stretching. I'm looking for a joke for that. A spear, a hangover. I got nothing. If you got something how to make a joke regarding a spear and a hangover, I don't know. Go for it. Maybe something about like Odin. Odin hung himself on a tree by a spear. I don't know. That'd take some work to make a joke out of that. But I gave you enough to work with if you're a joke master. Ooh, birch bark.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Why am I making the ingredients? Isn't this book supposed to give me the recipe? I'll take the seeds.
The combination of mint and birch bark make this tea relaxing and good for the digestion.
Don't,
It won't do much for your hangover though.
don't.
Would you like to try again?
Oh yeah.
Very well. First, choose a base ingredient.
There's got to be a right answer in here, right? Right? Yeah, maybe we should follow a logic and not just the things that sound good. I don't know what a roux is, so let's click that.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Whiskey and sugar would be the increase your hangover special.
You've created a julep of mint. It won't help your hangover, but it does seem like it would be refreshing on a warm summer's day.
I didn't click the mint.
The cool damp of the city has penetrated to your very marrow. Summer is a long way away. If only you could find one of these right now and drink the shit out of it. The book said it's good for you, so it would be okay. Would you like to try again?
Yes.
Very well. First, choose a base ingredient.
Mint.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Aloe vera is just going to be an ointment, isn't it?
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Sugar again.
You've created a julep of mint.
Oh.
It won't help your
What?
hangover, but it does seem like it would be refreshing on a warm summer's day.
I guess I don't know what a julep is. I thought that was like a mixed drink. But there's no alcohol in this one.
The cool damp, if only. Would you like to try? Very well.
Ginger.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate Lastly, is there anything else you'd like? You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus, though, in your experience, it's only done the opposite.
How did I... Alright, fine. There's not a dialogue option for every combination. Because I didn't click the whiskey.
If only you could find one of these right now and drink the shit out of it. Would you like to try again?
Once more.
Very well. First, choose a base ingredient.
We've been here reading this book for like an hour and a half. Kim is obscenely patient.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an... Lastly, is there anything else? You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey.
Fine,
If only
whatever.
would you like to try again? You close the book and find yourself staring at the familiar cover once more. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general bed. Have you taken any walks through the Pearl recently? The book is frustratingly vague on this topic, but it seems that if you've walked through the Pearl, you would know it. Flipping through the... Have you taken any walks through the... And on your walks, do you stop to meditate on the nature of your being?
No.
You need to do that. It's important for opening up your archaeogenous zones. There are a series of psychic nodes located throughout your body. Unfortunately, the stresses of modern life often cause us to close off our archaeogenous zones, which can result in all manner of physical and psychic ailments. Regular meditation in the Pearl, however, can help to open up these zones, permitting the free flow of psychic energy throughout the body. Good. And when you meditate, are you in the nude? Excellent. Free your body. You long to feel the cool breeze tickle against your inner thighs and midriff.
Uh-oh. We about to start streaking over here.
You're doing everything as you should. Regular PAL meditation has been shown to help keep your body lithe and strong, your mind alert and expansive. A note of caution, however, be sure to limit your exposure to the PAL to no more than an hour a day and no more than 3 hours total per week. Flipping through the book, you come across, finally, it seems to contain descriptions of them. There are a number of CO-like tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition. The tome seems to get heavier with every passing minute.
That had nothing to do with anything useful. Okay. And now it's like 9 p.m. Dope. Not useful book. Let's go bang on that door again. The chances of me actually opening the door are low. So I forgot to switch that back. Not that. Not that there's any reason to have that one when there's not a conversation going on. I didn't forget, it was deliberate. Oh yeah. Lying.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Sure. Yeah, here goes at literally nothing. Like as she sees me just walk out, chug alcohol, and then attack her door.
You give it another, more ferocious kick. The door still does not move.
Demolish the place.
I don't see how this is going to give new results. There must be another way in there.
Below, in the Union box, was there something behind the window? In the hawthorn branches, brushing against the glass? No one knows. It is a fleeting feeling. It could be that your eyesight is still too poor to notice it, behind that window.
Well, the eyesight's not going to be getting any better, is it? But that check probably just unlocked the other check. I know we failed to get in there in our other Let's Play.
Again, you find yourself looking at that big old window.
That's not worth taking the speed for, is it? No. It's not going to improve matters.
Nothing, as always. By now, you're almost certain there may be a sparrow's nest on one of the branches. Keep at it. There must be a reason you've looked out this window so many times.
'Cause it's there. Yep. What are we even doing? I guess we can go talk to Joyce now if it's not too late. Yeah. This is like the time-wasting day of the playthrough. That's okay. I guess we can try the barbell now that we've had the vodka. Might as well get all of our injuries out of the way before we to bed for the night, yeah. We're gonna do it in the good coat. 'Cause I said so.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor,
Oh.
like a dog for its master.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well. Let's do it anyway.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
We got it. We won. Oh, yeah.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Good technique.
Did we actually accomplish
The
anything?
barbell waits patiently.
Who knows? Ooh. Bangered the ghosts. Let's get out of here. Head for the hills, Kim. Put the useful coat back on. We're gonna call that a side quest victory. An inside quest, even. The world is split into inside quests and outside quests. But there are no main quests in real life.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
Oh, I have the right coat on for this conversation. Oh, conversation. I should put the other coat back on. Don't.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
The day is past. I want the other coat, please.
You're back. Good. What this reality? No, but please. A little context. We're not in such a hurry. Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
I think we've already discussed that line.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, you're in. Begin with the first one. You
Oh,
appear
no.
worldly.
We needed the other cloak.
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
Alcohol does deplete vitamin B, among other things. And that can both mean other things deplete vitamin B, or alcohol depletes things other than vitamin B. They're both accurate statements.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective.
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
She nods slowly. What this boils down to is, this reality thing is stupid. Blow this joint, grab a bottle, and drain that shit right down your throat.
Too late.
Wait. This reality thing is the only game in town. It's probably in your interest not to blow it.
Of course. Well, I'll be here if you need me.
Whoa. Alright, what are we gonna do now? There's a lot of things we're not doing. I think we just gonna be going back with our head down now. Dope. That's okay. I have retrograde amnesia, which, I mean, what's the opposite of retrograde? I have amnesia. I didn't just run off.
Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything. These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late. For the big time.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
The revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle. Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head.
She's not gloated. It's a relieved celebration.
Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people. Yes, the Red Deluge. The Insulindian Deluge, they call it. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. About head shooting? The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective, or the remaining gentry. the beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the Ultras, or Ultra-Liberals. They fared well. They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember? To foreign intervention, the coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights. The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay, the armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government.
The rulers of Revachol, and also the world. These guys are strong.
This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist. A devout man of the center. Hard to come by. It's good to have someone who takes a moderate approach to head shooting. In your line of work, I mean. The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Mazov came along and overthrew the government. It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark. From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end. Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think. A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations, and you, of course, the citizens' militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune. Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-estuary communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade. 43 years. Hard to fathom, I know. The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell. The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere. No, it was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash, an Isla-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are. Welcome to reality, baby.
Yay for 70 XP.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can see it in her eyes. Days slipping away.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova, this raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed for 100 years. My daughters will wear it. No, it's just... We could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only we played it right. Good question. What would you have done differently?
No, her first.
And I asked you, past-less detective of the Citizens Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
Here's some wisdom, lady. Say the death thing. A cold creeps up your spine, reaching its tendrils up your neck, toward the back of your head.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with the technology 50 years ago?
The wind stops, and for a moment, there's silence. The charge dissipates into the dark water. All is quiet on the Martinez inlet.
Always.
Always. That's the can't-do attitude that truly defines late modernity. You may prove a modern man yet.
That was creepy.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
Did I say something controversial, Kim?
And what is your official position, Lieutenant?
There is curiosity there that goes unnoticed. Kim takes a step back, absent-mindedly.
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years old. That's my position. The abattoir.
Understandable. They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs. Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass.
I feel like we succeed on the checks that probably aren't that important.
To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso Mundo. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia. We are.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
Truly moralist of you. The coalition government would applaud you for staying out of politics. And yet, there's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent, provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
What?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
A strange coldness comes over you as you look at the world. The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all.
Yeah, not gonna get all the impossible checks, are we?
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor, a devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
It's sharp.
Haven't you heard? I am a nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. One of those who pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. I can see you thought I'd gone extinct. No sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. You're a centrist at heart. A real moralist. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride. Forgive her. But only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
That's a pity. I hope we can remain collegial despite it. Remember, we were partners, whether you like to admit it or not. There's blood on many hands, I assure you. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed. With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery.
An appropriate warning to those who cross the line and pull the city into madness once more. While a gentle wind sweeps the streets in the rebuilt east, light drizzle washing it clean, lights go up and motor carriages circulate the tracks.
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake, then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isla down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes, an oil fire on the ocean.
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
Seditious talk, man.
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. Now, shall we return to reality?
No. Shall be no returning to reality.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions? Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games. Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat. Wonderful.
Might still have time to run to that door and kick it again if we use that skill point properly.
The girl in the old lady rags. Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture. Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture. Young people who dye their hair funny colors and wear old people's clothes are stupid, and their little rebellion is self-defeating. All right, what next? Glad to have been of assistance, the little that I know.
We got 4 minutes to run for the door. I know time doesn't pass outside of the dialogues, but run. That door's going down. Also, it's really late. I'm almost at the end of day 2. Day 1, day 2, day red, day blue. The hell's a red day anyway? Every day's a blue day, kinda. Unless it's cloudy. Gray day, blue day? I don't know. What's the... How should that really be phrased? I have 2 skill points. Cool. It gives us an extra one if we've picked the wrong skill.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Yeah. Let's be an optimist and call 42% even. Because we're gonna win. Oh yeah.
This time, something cracks inside.
Well, Kim's gonna want to go to bed now. Do we even got time to go in there?
It is an unbelievably satisfying sound.
Nice.
More morale than you can shake a morale stick at. No. Let me do that again. More morale than you can shake a carrot at. There you go. There's the joke.
Filling you with a belief in
What?
your own body.
Oh. That was a waste.
Well, sounds like this time the property damage was at least resolutive. Would it hurt to look in?
Oh, yeah. Just a peek. 2-minute peek. 2-minute sneak. Take a 2-minute leak. Maybe not that one. Ooh, empathy coat. Oh yeah, in the flux. Yeah, I should say things in my head before I say them out loud. I mean, who knows what I might have accidentally just said. We're color coordinated again. Well, maybe take off the shoes, take off the gloves. Now we're color coordinated again. Alright, let's ruin it. Alright, we got this board game we haven't played yet, and this magazine we haven't read yet. I think we actually have read everything else, though. We're making good progress. And I guess we weren't all that color coordinated with the sunglasses, but we're doing our RGB look. Like a computer build. Futurism is well, it's one of my favorite art movements. I haven't actually looked at any futurist art in a while. There's not actually much in here. Well, okay, there's this that we haven't looked at.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Why did I think we only had 2 minutes till 10? We have 8 minutes till 10.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
The Blue Door was a mega investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, which I would say is quite large.
Kim, you're not supposed to know this connects to the Blue Door. We didn't come in that way.
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
You ever get that feeling you've done things out of order? Oh well.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left the pattern uniform, horizontal lines.
Vamp? What?
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
We lost our drunkenness. Oh no. There's stuff in here we're not seeing too, because our low perception that I'm aware of from other playthroughs. Just as a heads up. Wait. No.
This small elevator
Oh.
is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
What I said about doing things out of order.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
I'm gonna go back up now. Let's be smart friend with the flashlight over here. Maybe this will help. I don't think it's helping. But it's letting us light things up and see them better on the video. Yeah. Oh, well. Definitely not supposed to come in. Wait, I mean, you can, as we did, but the intended pathway is through the blue door and then going up to there. It's the vanilla way of doing things. We found the caramel nougat way of doing things. Nougat. What that pinball machine over here doing? Yeah, we're gonna have to do the roundabout. That.
Over there, in the corner.
Oh, that's not a skill we're good at.
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Oh, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin-operated. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
I don't even think the speed will save us. But you never know. No, you do know.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Mundi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people. The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain.
I want to see pinballs with goats on them.
Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
Goats.
Indeed, think of them as bulls.
Goat balls. I said it. Okay, you don't have to comment it now. We'll try. I mean, losing $1, might as well lose that too.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease.
Is there not actually a check here?
Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the gods. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was. The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist. An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
You know, our empathy guy here is probably not about that. Or maybe he is. Maybe he's empathizing. I don't know. Yeah.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
Wouldn't you even know all of that?
But you seem to be having fun.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3.
We staying up late gaming in Disco Elysium.
Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go. Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through. The words "Pale Rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid, nihilistic finale.
Why, because you can't see, so you lose? kind of, yeah, it's a guaranteed loss situation, basically.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next.
Not an intelligence skill check. Oh, we're almost out of that anyway.
The amount of focus it takes to predict when a ball goat is in striking range is staggering, but it can be done. Focus. You're down to your last goat.
What?
Going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
It expired the second we got here. That's cheating. I give up.
I've been wondering the same.
There goes nothing, finger boy. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door.
Come on, man. Locked doors usually have a non-key way of unlocking on at least one side. Well, at least on just one side. Say on at least one side, as if there's doors that have 3 sides. Niche. Hey, where'd she go? Hello? I'm just creeping through your room at 11 p.m. No mommy. Hello? Anybody in here?
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs. Plus, pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. The lieutenant glances at the rows of pills.
Where's she at, though? I was gonna go and talk to her. Dope. Can't believe we wasted the speed. Now what are we gonna do? How close are we to a level? Yeah, more than halfway there. I think we're gonna sit on the skill point for now. Or grab more of this. Yeah, just grab that. We'll get a skill point back soon enough, I'm sure. Surprised they haven't been unlocking too many of these. That's okay though. Yeah, not really making use of any of this stuff. Oh, you're doubling down on the same thing. Oh, the collector's edition bottles that aren't real. At least not on this part of the map. Alright, so I think there's a thing you can do where you click on Kim's door a lot and it like wakes him up or something. It's an achievement for it. No. Is it this door maybe? Huh. I don't know how to activate that.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Oh, jump scare. I don't know how to do that. Wife. What? Oh. Never mind. Am I able to go talk to Class? She's just not up there anymore, isn't she? Very limited time frame to do that. We were busy playing pinball. Do. Stayed up late gaming and missed the girl. Don't be like Harry. Something's glowing in his room. I want to know what that is. Whatever. Not for us to know.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. Or has it been consigned there as punishment?
Well, we're never getting that tie down.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
Now, you're finally thinking about something other than yourself. Let's see how far that'll get you.
But that is yourself.
Now you've gone off the rails, baby. Now you're stuck sitting here by the tracks, admiring the wreck around you. You just can't help it, looking at yourself. The sum total of your accomplishments. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
Some of them are. Some of them are nice. Others are scared.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Healthy. Can I go bang on the door now? No. How long we been recording? Not that long. I still got, well, not that long. It's over an hour. I'm doing fine. Oh, Kim? Where is Kim? I guess we can go check this balcony out. Nothing really to see over here, is there? But that water lock is now fixed. Oh, Klaj is up there. If I can get over there without waking Kim up, actually. Run, 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 run. He's probably downstairs. Alright. Cool, we get to go talk to her now.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation. Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer.
No, that didn't happen. I didn't talk to you.
Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording.
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped, and furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it. No problem, sir. Sure, I can try. What do you need? Actually, officer, I guess.
Where in the GRIH is the lieutenant? Possibly speeding from one terminal to another in glorious solitude. Wherever he is, you need him. Your other questions will make little sense without him here.
But he's the one who stopped me from asking the questions. Don't.
Not my favorite topic, but okay. I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't. In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. I'm sure there is one person in the world who does. I mean, there are so many people. But let me make this clear. The man in that tree did not rape me. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his, I don't know, hair. How about we, change the subject to something more lighthearted now? Yeah? I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun. Huh. This isn't good.
She feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dart to the door. She's lost in thought. Eyes narrowed, forehead furrowed.
All right.
Suspicious. Maybe she was stomping around in boots 5 sizes too large back there. No, I'm kidding. That's the wrong conclusion on so many levels.
Can I help you? Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
He sounds irritated.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? Because I'm not a bartender, I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted? Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir. Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Okay, what is back there? There is no gaping maw. If you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. That's okay.
No, we gotta tell him.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there. No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. Well, the machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. And want me to make an exception for you? You're not even a hostel guest till you pay your outstanding bills. Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Working?
Yes?
He not working.
You look like shit.
RCM rectangles.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm going by here.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
Don't even try to win him over. He won't. You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Got matching shades.
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
He seems to be observing you through the reflective glass of his eyewear. There's no reply. Perhaps repeat it? Repeating it gets no reaction from the man with the sunglasses. Suddenly, the world is very quiet. Even the howling wind outside sounds a bit embarrassed.
That's exactly right. Down to a fraction. No, not really. Stupid is a gross understatement. How about 41? How does 41st sound? Never mind. I'm not going along with this. Okay.
Didn't read this line, huh?
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
You're not going to believe this, but police officers, Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang. Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by this sunglassed man.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely fictional talk in our imaginary station in regards of who'd even be worthy of your partnership. And the conclusion is that a man with your caliber should form his own one-man policing unit. Anyone else would just slow you down. Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
Watch out for yourself, loser.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still.
It's impossible.
Of course, yes. It's preposterous. Again, you find yourself looking at that big old window.
We're gonna win. Because we were literally told it's there.
There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key.
Huh? I'm not your janitor, cop. I don't even know what you're talking about. There's nothing there.
If he says it's there, it's there.
And I need the fatty to get his feet amputated because the smell is killing me. We can't always get what we want.
God damn it, Dennis. You know I can't help it.
Sorry, fucko. These guys won't help you. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you.
Thank you.
The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
There is a silence around this man's words. Unlike Titus, they're afraid of him. That's the type of respect he commands.
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
So if the water lock's open, we got all kind of stuff we be doing now. useful accomplishment kind of stuff. We need to get our gun. That's the priority. Well, I may be selling some stuff too.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with it. Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Sepia postcard? I don't think we're going to sell the production schedule at this point. But the shop. I feel like you should hold on to this and make use of it. What? Fine, won't sell it now.
Another time, perhaps.
But we're gonna sell it later. Unless we actually do make use of it. It's not impossible.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then, the water lock starts moving.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing, achieve it, then the next, he thinks. That's the task chain.
But the thing we're focusing on literally requires us to go over there, Kim. People in the fishing village.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
We have made it to the other side of the map. Just by existing for a couple days. But existence is a struggle and all that. It's cool. Well accomplished and all that. Oh yeah, I needed that. Empathy shades. Oh, that's even better than the drug addict shades. Oh yeah. Do we need to compensate by leveling that skill up maybe? Better not. That ambient music getting a bit loud and proud over here. Let's try not to get too distracted. It's with the red glowing footsteps. Gotta be a man on a mission over here. Is this part of the village? Hello? Anybody home?
It's only a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack, with what looked like a dusty bow tie on the shelf. Nothing to see here, right? Investigate the blood-red chair. You're going to leave it alone, Harry. That's what you're going to do. You suddenly feel afraid of the chair. It looks like blood is peeling off it.
Great, scary chair. Go. Ooh. Free refills. And a bow tie. Not a bow tie. Aesthetics gotta mean some. And there was anti-aesthetic on that bow tie. And aesthetic even. I don't know. What's the word for that? Quick travel, friend.
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with? A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium. The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place. The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions, and that was actually the second one.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. Guns are expensive and fragile, I think. Besides, I got kids. Can't have guns around them, and sometimes a sharp blade is enough to keep folks at bay. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too, but they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder.
The expression.
No one wants to talk about how frightened they are. But only frightened people are really dangerous. And plenty of them are dangerous.
She's not afraid, however. Does that make her not dangerous?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check? It would put me in an early grave.
She refuses, but your word is the law. You are law. Is she flirting with you? A little? You think she might be?
Two completely different interpretations. Thank you. Oh, voices.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Gone. Good for you. He, however, was lost to the waves. It's been quite a while now. Who knows? Maybe he fell over. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Maybe we don't do that right now.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
Well, I guess we're doing that too, but...
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. Two odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men, burning rhinos. You get the picture. I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Where are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
Mr. Eclair isn't buying out the properties, he's just getting consent for the construction.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that Everard and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too. Aye. Why not? Fine. Here you go. You're welcome. Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue. Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Speak for yourself, Kim.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the slushy snow melt on the yellow belly of the boat.
In time, when the sea turns and the winds settle, she will be ready.
Waves wash the sand. A skiff moves across the mirror-smooth sea, far away from here. A lone passenger, a fast sloop in the distance. White sails.
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Oh, very. Finding pieces of glass, bits of wood. Every once in a while we get dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
Why was I thinking, like, mine, like, where minerals come from? I was like, oh, what? That don't make sense. And then I realized.
What else? Bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass. Very romantic.
Q electrochemistries. Wait, what was that? Go back.
Mines. Mines. You need mines.
Sure.
And go where? The fish are plentiful here and we get enough orders to get by. It's not great, but it's something. People imagine picking up and finding something better is an easy solution. But how is that supposed to work when all your time and energy goes to staying alive? You have almost nothing to set aside to actually fight your way out.
Yeah, that's relatable.
Hordes of wild, homeless people roaming the lands. Nomads scattered across an endless plain in a dystopian world where tear is the only valid currency and people eat each other to stay alive.
That's a failure. Because it's negative.
I don't mean to complain about my pauper life. We are warm and fed here and... I don't know. There's just something about this shithole.
A sudden gust of cold air blows in from the sea. The waves flow and ebb. Around you, the fishing village takes its slow and steady breaths. Its many wooden structures, worn by bitter years of salt and storm. It's home.
What's in the box? Cash. Cash box. It's been a while since someone commented on us carrying around the alcohol. Most curious. Change.
welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen. Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe they are afraid. Because you're an ill omen, but you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr. These things happen occasionally. Don't worry. You'll find yourself once more. Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says. Huh, I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part, the part we need to get out of our houses.
The part you need to get out of your houses?
I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. Either way, I won't sign union papers. I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises they never planned to keep. Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
She speaks with the authority of a leader. Hers is the final word around here.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap, a blank spot on the map, just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses, shacks as far as the eye can see. The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours. My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
It's not that she misses the kids. They've been gone too long for that. But deep down, the old woman is incurably lonely.
Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here. Any day now. I'm sure of it. Are you interested or not? Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the place.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only. Drinking. Yum yum. It's not a shack, nor a room, nor a lodging. It's a spiral staircase disappearing into bliss. Empty bottles on the floor. Maybe some baggies.
Let's do what we can to get that check passed. Not much by the looks of it. Alright, there's the Pereliodon. She got 9 uses of. Okay. Gold. Yeah, of course it broke. Don't. Oh, we can just spam that. Don't make me waste a skill point, please.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
It's really in my best interest to listen to you. You know how the world works.
I've heard that pitch before plenty. Building this, building that, new jobs, new blood. Somehow the people here always end up holding the short end of the stick. Were you dropped on the head as a kid? You can't live off a pittance for long. Do you know who takes the cream of these deals? Real estate developers, construction companies, restaurant owners, Claire's accountants in La Delta. Have some integrity. You're an officer of the law, not some fat slug's corrupt little crony.
It's okay. She's emotional right now. Keep at it. We're around.
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
Perhaps the mysterious music is somehow connected to the case. A Rusalka or a half-demonic Apsara singing. She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
We gonna have to waste the skill point. No. I don't wanna. We need the authority point too. Fine. There's no getting around it.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night.
Logic and reason won't work on this old bat. Better go for shameless emotional manipulation. What's the grandmother's deepest vulnerability?
Loneliness.
Does this feel like a good thing, though?
There isn't another way, other than just going without it. Maybe. The children, the lost gun, the children, right?
What do you mean? What's going to happen? We are gonna grow up, of course.
That's why we're getting the gun off the street.
I raised my own kids in this village, and they are doing fine for themselves. They are good kids. I brought them up the right way. No, they moved to Faubourg for work. Well, I imagine they'll grow up and leave too.
You've got her. Now just reel her in.
Then...
You have her. Now twist the knife.
No knife.
Wait. Let her come to it herself.
You watch your tongue, boy. This village has held up much better than some people.
Damn, that's cold.
That doesn't mean you're wrong, though. This place ain't what it used to be. Even I can see that. I don't believe the Fat Man's Youth Center is going to change anything. But what other choice do we have? It's not like the coalition government is coming to save us. I won't be around much longer anyway. Not with the dampness in my bones. If they want to take a chance, who am I to stop them? Aye, we do. We do. But how do we do that? Fine. See that you didn't just get us all screwed. I might be half blind, but I have a good memory for treachery.
Let's go mail it.
He's not dissatisfied with you, but with himself.
Wait, what? Did I miss something? The construction noise was noted in the document. It's not a trick. I guess Harry knows about it, and we gotta be honest.
Huh? I like to see him try. If anything, I am gonna muscle him out with construction noise. Get out of here, trying to ruin my day. And that youth center better be a good one, or you'll have trouble from me. I wield an army of drunks. Do not underestimate the effect of such a force, if it's pointed to the right direction.
Gotta meet the drunks and hope they don't decide that my overpriced vodka is something to be shared. That would be a tragedy.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail! Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. Calling her wouldn't make it any better or worse. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life, but this guy's a little too drunk.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me? Abigail? Don't call Abigail.
Hey, tequila! Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
Not this again. I was hoping that we were done with it.
Only echoes remaining of human faces? That's a pretty good apocalypse. I wouldn't mind if it came down to that. Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks.
We are saving the world.
Please. Please don't call. Don't call.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me. It's you. Your Tequila Sunset. We've met before. Don't you remember? I don't think you're ready for that grade of reality yet. It'd be ill-advised for me to tell you. You gotta go do the intro yourself. Come back when you've been to the motor carriage. Tequila. You too, Tequila Sunset.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine. Hi. By amphetamine, I mean speed. Aye, that's what I said. Good, my man. Now what can I offer you? Oh, the system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard. You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquise, sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now, I've got everyone on my hook.
Is he even one of the drunks? Or is he just a dealer?
Seriously? Are you? Fine.
And the lieutenant is annoyed.
With the static burst.
Bottoms up, Captain. In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
And there's money on the ground. That guy ain't such a great entrepreneur after all. Yeah, that's true. Don't like no doctors. No good doctor and doctors. We're not gonna have a serious discussion about that. Not today, not in the middle of a game. Oh, lovely. So when it said there was 1 there, what it meant was 5. What? If I had 1 left, and so I picked up 1, and I have 5. Sure, why not? Each one is equal to 4, I guess. Alright, so none of the drugs in this game are actually all that limited. You can spam away. Ooh. Kingdom of Conscience. We already have the Kingdom of Conscience, right? What happens if we double Kingdom? What does that do?
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party. I know you do. These Inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be.
Oh no. I mean, the moralist is fine, but normal. Oh good, we don't have any boring points. All is fine. All is good. It's fine. We really are getting that drunk aesthetic, though. What was the effect of those? Oh, that had electrochemistry. We can't keep discarding our electrochemistry. We won't have enough of it anymore. And that doesn't actually seem to do anything. Fine. Oh yeah, we gotta go back to Everard now. Getting distracted by stray pants. I should use my quick travel. But we'll finish exploring this section of the map before we do that. I feel like our low perception is it's not actually a problem. Cool. We now have a tape we could play. Tape we could play? Maybe?
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Claudia told you about. Perform it. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Crying is good. It gives your performance authenticity. Besides, you already know the lyrics, since you listened to it like 1,000,000 times. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way. Gart, you have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
Yes, yeah, I know that's gonna break, so I'll just go ahead and do that. I know there's another music tape somewhere. I just don't recall where. We're going to be calling this episode in a couple minutes as well. We've been playing for long enough today. Let's see if we can... The fast travel was supposedly unlocked, but it never works. Irritating. I think they would have figured that one out. This game's been out long enough at this point. Does it work from over here? No. But yeah, let's get this one wrapped up real quick. And then we can finish. Oh, we've completely lost Kim. We're running so quick. The manual walk through the harbor is definitely an annoyance factor here. This game isn't perfect. Even if it is certainly very, very good game. Did it get Game of the Year in 2019? I think it did. From multiple sources. Multiple PC-centric sources, of course. Again, I don't know. This game could be on console. No reason it wouldn't work.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today?
Oh, we didn't mail the thing. I've done this probably every playthrough. This is why I don't like running through the harbor as well. Of course, the quick travel's broken. I don't like running through the harbor because I have to go back and forth multiple times because of technicalities. Yeah, so much for quickly finishing up the episode. Come on. The pathfinding isn't great through this section of the map there either. Mailbox.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front. You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters. For good or ill, the deed is done.
Let's go back to Everard. This better be worth it after what we did.
No, you can't just give him the envelope. I bet more than 50% of people do this same mistake. Someone should study it. Be a better use of tax money than giving monkeys cocaine and teaching parrots to fold origami, or maybe the other way around. Yeah, the usual stuff that the government wastes tax money on when they're not just giving it away. Yeah. A few words more and I might have said something extra controversial there.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time. The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future, Harry, and I feel I can finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Hear that? You did it the honest way. You got the real signatures, and now he's happy. Well done. Finally, answers. Ask away, son.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done. Your gun is with an old woman. I hear she's a character, so watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
It sounds like a very disturbed and desperate individual.
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
So that delay's going and confronting Kuno's dad again another day.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead. Why a war, of course.
Oh no.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
Yeah, unfortunately real life events don't Don't seem to work out that way. Especially if people don't know that people are foreign mercenaries. Yeah, whatever. This isn't a commentary on mass media going on here. So.
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance. Tits from her arsehole. It's a local saying. Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening. $2,372, plus yours truly, of course.
And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything. We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time.
Sorry
You'll be
about
surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
Yeah, I wasn't doing my due diligence and communicating over here, so we're still finishing up the video real quick. There's the consequence of the delay.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
Wow, a neurochemical. Psychoactive labor uprising stroke hostile takeover.
So am I. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperazole.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidone.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share, and I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez. Oh, Harry, you've misunderstood. I have no drugs in my hands. It's all far removed from me, like some half-remembered dream. Anyway, Let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez. Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm going to unite them all into one economic body. We're going to incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's going to be in on the wealth, and everyone's going to pull their weight.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it. Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
No. We're gonna heal morale when we say that, so should we maybe go ahead and get it to touch a drink? Oh yeah, the dice. Forgot about the dice too.
Harry, the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable. You will always have a warm bed in Mr. Clare's household, my friend, and a special place in the future of Martinez. There was no fine print, Harry, but I do hope all that construction noise and limited street access encourages some people to move. After a year of that ruckus, who wouldn't?
Well, now he's saying this part.
And when they do, they will have a good place to go. I'm currently working on renovating the buildings near the roundabout into affordable workers' palaces.
So the village is doomed.
You were there. You saw the place. A wasteland. There's nothing left. But mark my words, officers. We are going to reset it. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez. And they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce. Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex. Employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. I accept your salute, Harry. All of it is true. I've got the centre, I've got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years I'll get the church too. The wheels are turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain. The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that.
Oh, I do, Harry. I really do. I'm gonna make the working man richer than Joyce Messier with that vote of yours. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
A true flash of anger in him as he thinks of her.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open. Most certainly, Harry. By all means, Harry.
Alright, let's try to end the episode so we remember about the dice. Because my memory is about what you'd expect from somebody who's brain damaged. Have we already opened this? Oh, first. We have not remembered that. So let's not forget something in the process of not forgetting something. Cool. Gloves we don't want. Glad I did that. It's fine. We're no longer worried about running out of uses on things. Maybe we do want to hold on to the expensive vodka, because it's expensive for a reason, right? It's not a trick. They would never do that. And this is more aesthetic to run around with anyway. Yeah, I might as well just get the damn dice. Stupid overlong episode. Yeah, the running back and forth is a thing in this game. At least you got my commentary to keep you company now. And then we're gonna need the flashlight to get to the room. Yeah. I sure wish quick travel was functional. That would have been nice. Annoying. Functional and had more locations.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Very good. That will be 7 real for 1 custom die.
Anti-Real.
1 universal die for Wirral Untethered.
It feels icy. Just holding this die in your hand sends a jolt of cold down your spine. Through the dark resin, you can make out a nugget of bone hewn from an alligator's jaw.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit overloaded just now, so I can only produce 1 die per customer.
Oh no, I didn't know you couldn't buy more than one of them. Unlocked some checks. Okay. Yeah, that's what it does. It randomly unlocks some checks. Probably won't be anything we actually need. Yeah, nothing we wanted or needed. Or could even make use of. Yeah, that happened. Let's get back outside. I don't know what we're gonna do next episode. Not go into the wrong room. Yeah, I've been gaming too long. I'm getting a bit disorientated. What? Alright. It's save the game and say goodbye time. Let's get a few blips of this lovely music though. Alright, take care, everyone. Goodbye. Good riddance.